Guys, I think my crush might actually like me back. And no, I'm not being delusional. Okay, maybe a little, but hear me out. So, remember that girl I mentioned last week? The one who transferred in and immediately turned my brain into static? Yeah, her. Straight hair, soft smile, laugh that makes you forget what year it is. Fast forward to today. We walk into class and there's a new seating chart on the board. My heart already knows something bad or good is about to happen. I look for my name and then I see hers right next to mine. Bro, I froze. She sits down, looks at me, and goes,
Hey, you're the hoodie guy, right?
I panicked and said, yeah, and you're Smile Girl? Why did I say that? But she laughed, like actually laughed. Okay, breathing again. At first it was awkward, just fake note-taking and pretending to understand the lesson. But then we started talking, quietly, about how boring the class is, what music we listen to, and how the school coffee tastes like disappointment. She's funny, like effortlessly funny. Then out of nowhere she asks,
Are you going to the school showcase this week?
and I'm like, yeah, I think so. She goes,
Good. I was hoping you'd be there.
guys, my brain left my body. I didn't even know what to say. I just nodded while my face turned the color of a tomato. She noticed and smiled. Later that night, I'm laying on my bed trying to find her Instagram like it's a scavenger hunt. Typed her name, nothing. Different spelling, still nothing. I give up, throw my phone down, and then notification. She started following you. I stared at my screen like it was a glitch in the system. The showcase is tomorrow. She said she's coming. I don't even know if I'll remember my lines or my name. Please wish. Guys, I survived the talent show. Barely. Okay, so all day at school, my hands were shaking, like I couldn't even hold a pencil without it betraying me. Every time I thought about singing in front of people, fine, whatever. But singing while she was watching? Yeah, no, instant panic. Fast forward to the auditorium. Backstage is chaos, people warming up, someone crying, someone else forgetting lyrics, and then I see her walk in with her friends, and yeah, my heart stopped. She looks around, spots me, and waves. Not a polite wave, like a big wave. Then she mouths,
You're gonna do great.
I almost passed out. My name gets called. I walk on stage. Lights are blinding. Crowd is loud. My brain completely empty. For a second, I forget every lyric I've ever learned in my life. But then I see her in the front row, smiling, phone out, nodding, like she believes in me more than I do. So I sing, and somehow it actually goes well. People clap, I walk off stage, still processing reality, and the second I get backstage, she's there. She goes,
Okay, yeah, that was insane.
I laugh and say, I definitely didn't almost mess up every line. She goes,
Liar, you were amazing.
then she hands me her phone. She recorded the whole thing. We walk out together, talking about everything and nothing. The night's quiet now, crowd gone, just us and the parking lot lights. There's this pause, one of those moments where neither person knows what to say next. Then she says,
So, do you want to hang out sometime? Like, just us?
I swear my heart skipped an update. I said yes, obviously, trying to sound calm, definitely failing. She smiled and said,
Good. I was hoping you'd say that.
I got home, laid on my bed, stared at the ceiling, and realized something. Yeah, this might actually be real. Okay, so the hangout happened. And no, it did not go smoothly. We met after school like we planned, and the second I saw her walking toward me, my brain forgot how to function. I waved weird, like way too high. She laughed and said,
Why do you look like you're summoning a helicopter?
great start. We decided to walk to this little cafe in your school. On the way, I tried to be cool, keyword tried. I told a joke that made 0 sense halfway through, panicked, and just said, never mind. She goes,
No, finish it.
I did. It was worse. But she laughed anyway, like full laugh. Okay, we're alive. At the cafe, I went to sit down and completely missed the chair, just sat on air. She covered her mouth and said,
Oh my god, are you okay?
I said, yeah, I do that sometimes. I do not do that sometimes. We ordered drinks and I accidentally grabbed hers, took a sip, realized, froze. She just stared at me and said,
You know that was mine, right?
I apologized like I committed a crime. She laughed and said,
Relax, I don't bite.
pause?
Unless,
Why did she say that? Then we talked, like actually talked, about random stuff. Music, school, embarrassing childhood stories. I told her about the time I waved back at someone who wasn't waving at me. She said,
okay, that explains a lot.
rude, but fair. When we left, it got quiet for a second. Awkward silence, the dangerous kind. Then she goes,
You know, you're really funny, even when you're not trying to be.
I said, yeah, that's called a lack of dignity. She smiled. We stood there for a second. Then she hugged me, like a real hug, not a side hug, not a quick one, a solid, warm, heart-stopping hug. She pulled back and said,
We should do this again.
I nodded way too fast and said, yes, definitely, absolutely. I got home and realized something important. I may be awkward, I may be embarrassing, but somehow she still likes me. And honestly, that's a win. Okay, so this is where things got real. We hung out again. This time it wasn't awkward chaos, it was calm, which somehow made me more nervous. We walked around after school, no rush, just talking about random stuff. There were these long pauses, but not the bad kind, the kind where you're comfortable just being there. We ended up sitting on a bench near the field while the sun was going down. The sky was pink, everything quiet, like the universe was setting the mood on purpose. She was kicking her feet a little, smiling to herself. Then she goes,
Can I tell you something?
and my heart immediately started doing backflips. She said,
I was really nervous before the talent show.
I laughed and said, why? I was the one on stage. She shook her head and said,
Because I cared if you did well.
I stopped breathing. She looked at me then, like really looked at me, and I realized how close we were sitting. Our shoulders were touching. I could hear my heartbeat in my ears. For a second, neither of us said anything. She leaned in a little. I leaned in too, without even thinking. We were so close I could see every tiny freckle on her face. The moment stretched. My brain was screaming, my heart was sprinting, and right when I thought it was about to happen, she laughed softly and covered her face.
I'm sorry. This is new for me.
I smiled, probably way too fast, and said, yeah, same. And somehow that felt right. We sat there for a bit, still close, just talking quietly. Before we left, she looked at me and said,
I'm really glad I met you.
I said, me too. We hugged again, longer this time, slower, like neither of us wanted to let go. I walked home smiling like an idiot, replaying everything in my head. No kiss, not yet, but yeah, something's definitely coming.